the next one is how to use Distructor. So Distructor is a plugin that we have in FL Studio, and let me change these to FL Studio. And let's load Distructor. And this is in the new section here, and we have Distructor here. Let me remove all these so that we don't have anything else. And Distructor is a modular plugin that takes distortion from a bunch of other plugins like Armor, Blood Overdrive, Soft Clipper, and also takes beat and rate reduction from Delay 3. So as you can see, it's a combination of several different plugins, and it takes the best of the effects of those plugins. And also adds some filters from Flex. So the new plugin that FL Studio added a few versions ago. And also add choruses from Delay 3 and wraps all of these plugins from all the other plugins, wraps it into a single speaker cabinet using Fruity Convolver. So this is a lot of stuff to take in. So what they are doing is taking bits and pieces of other plugins that they developed, and they are bringing everything here and combining it into a speaker cabinet. So this is kind of working like a speaker cabinet, like an amplifier cabinet maybe, and it's all using Convolver, or the algorithm for Convolver. I have other videos explaining what convolution is and how powerful it is in your track. So this is a very powerful plugin that allows us to have a bunch of options. So let's go here for the empty section. So basically we have 4 different sections for this plugin. We have here the levels that we can see the input of every single plugin, or the stage gain of every single chain here. And then we have here this plus button that we can add. We have 4 different types of things. We have distortion, plugin, filter, chorus, and speaker. So let's start with distortion. Like I told you, this takes distortion from different plugins like Armor, Blood Overdrive, Fast Distortion, Soft Clipper, stuff like that. And we will have a bunch of options here. As you can see, we have let's see, not this here. As you can see, we have Blood Overdrive, Fast Distortion, Soft Clipper. We have a bunch of presets from Armor, and then we have Wavefolder, Aperture, Abrasive, Crusher. So we have a bunch of algorithms here that we can use and try to get some different things here. We can also change these from, again, filter, chorus, or speaker. Like the same options that we have here, we can have them here. Of course, this is a bypass button, and we can, of course, remove these also. And then we have the same parameters, or the parameters will change based on the plugin that we have. So if we go here, let's see the Soft Clipper, Distortion, Soft Clipper, we will have also 2 knobs as we have them here. And of course, we have oversampling. Oversampling helps us to, so let's say that the audio coming in is in 44.1 kilohertz. And if we oversampling, means that the internal processing of the plugin will be, for instance, if it's twice, it will be 48 kilohertz. If it's 3 times, 96 or 90 something, 4 times, and so on. So you have to do the math, or 120, something like that. I don't know the sampling frequencies by memory. I just know 48, 96, 128, and 44.1. Maybe there's more, but yeah. So you can oversample by a factor of up to 16 times, and this will really help with some aliasing. If you feel that you have some aliasing in your sounds and doesn't sound very good, you can oversample, but this will also increase the CPU load, so you have to be careful with this one. As you can see, if I put this at twice, my CPU is at 1, but if I increase this, it jumps to 3. And of course, the more you have, the higher CPU processing it will take. So yeah, then we have here to remove some DC offset that we might have. And of course, we can control the input, output, and the mix of this effect here. So basically what we have is a bunch of, in terms of distortion, we have some parts of every single plugin that we can have here. And it's really a nice way to have these more centralized, and we can combine different distortions. So let's say that I liked some armor distortion and I want to add that into a specific sound or audio clip or whatever. I can just click and use Distructor to just use that. And if I want to combine several distortions, I can do that. So let's see now the option for the filters. And as you can see, we have also a bunch of filters here that we can take advantage of. I'm not going to every single filter, but you can see that you will have different parameters for every different types of filters. And as you can see, maybe we go from 1 or 2. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, from 1 or 2 and 1 or 2 knobs. And basically this low pass is just a cutoff frequency. This helps with if you have some distortion or some filters or some effects that you need to filter. This is also a good tool for that. Then we have choruses. And here we have 3 options: wide, mono, and stereo. And I don't know, I don't want to go into every single detail of the chorus. But again, this use some, this is the same preset or the same filter type from, in this case, is delay 3. Here we have some, I think it's this one, chorus from delay 3. Should be some chorusing here that we can add here. And yeah, that's what we have here. And then we can also have speaker, which is kind of like a cabinet preset using convolution, as you can see. And we have a bunch of them here that sound really cool. So I think that's it for this plugin. It's a really cool plugin that allows you to have some different effects. And if we see here the presets, there's a bunch of presets that we can choose from, and we can have stuff for guitars, we can have filters and distortion, different types of distortion that we might not be able to do with a normal distortion plugin with FL Studio ones.